Welcome back, everybody, to Ultimate CNFT. Mike, aka Mr. Ultimate, here with you today, and we are talking about Bankercoinada. Now, as of the making of this video, this is right about 24 hours before the pre-sale actually opens up. As far as I know, there are no more OG spots to be had, but let me tell you something. This is a very, very, very hyped thing within the Cardano space right now. I, for one, am glad to see it. I love to see a lot of attention coming into the Cardano space, and that's what you're getting right now with Bankercoinada. We're gonna go over all the information I can possibly get for you in this video, looking here at the website, deep diving a little bit of the information here. We'll check out their Discord as well and some of the things that are going on there, you guys. But hey, if you want to know more, all the links to everything you need to know about Bankercoinada will be in the description box below. Go ahead and join. I recommend that everybody does their own research. DYOR. I am covering what I know and what I've got to give you right now, but everybody needs to do their own research. This is not financial advice. These are my opinions, and this is my approach, exactly how I am taking in this whole thing. And I've got some news to share with you guys about what's going on with UltimateCNFT as well, having to do with Bankercoinada as well. So come check it out, you guys. Let's get into it right now. All right, so let's jump right into it here. We've got the website. We're going to pour over whatever information is here. We're going to check out the Discord as well next. So stick with me, you guys. I'm going to give a lot of my opinions along the way because, of course, I'm very opinionated about what I'm seeing develop in the CNFT space. I will start off by saying that this has brought a lot of hype into the space, and I really like to see that. I just got off the Twitter space, listening to all the stuff going on, and there's a lot of ideas to toss around here, whether you want to take things with the good or the bad, but you know what? We're bringing some eyes onto our space because of what's going on here, and I will always be a supporter of that. So, prefacing the rest of my opinions with that statement right now, let's get into some of this information. So Bankercoinada, you guys can again come check these things out for yourself. Again, always do your own research. I'm just leading you and pointing you in the direction of where to find said information. All right, so who is the team? It's a group of Cardano NFT enthusiasts and whale investors. We came together to form an alpha group months ago. Our intention has always been to support the community and the ideas, sharing around the best builders in this community. And so I have had some personal interaction with a few people from the team, and I can definitely say that this is their goal and their track record. You can see wallets and everything for yourselves. This is the blockchain. Everything's pretty much transparent. These guys are some whales in this space, and I like the idea of whales coming in here and, you know, having their collector standpoint create the basis for which they want to bring whatever product or service into the space. That's how I got my start as a collector first, and then I started resurrecting my YouTube channel, and now I've got all these things going on in the space and more to come down the road, and that's a great journey to start from, because if you have a collector's eye and you understand what you like about projects, you can kind of create these things. I know we're not talking about an NFT project. We're talking about Bankercoinada. We're talking about a token, right? We're talking about something that started with a meme and now also has a purpose, bringing some utility and some long-term goals into that. So that's just my personal take from what I do know personally of the founders there, and I like to see it because, once again, we are now bringing some eyes into Cardano. You look at what SNEC did and you look at all the attention that got, and now we're just kind of steamrolling off that, and you know what? That's how we grow the Cardano space. So let's look a little bit into this community chest here. So I'm gonna go ahead and blow that up. Community chest. In addition to the community chest pool of 2%, we will also share 40% of any liquidity provider pool amounts we receive from MinSwap with holders, and send an additional 40% of these fees to a burn wallet. I love it when I see tokens have some sort of deflationary aspect. I know it's something that a lot of people have, but it's always good to have, because especially with a start point of 2.5 trillion, which is a lot, it's going to be shaved down. You have to have time for these things to play out, especially long term. So the community chest, 2%, we will give back to our holders. These will be used for giveaways and community engagement. Now, I know this is a pretty bare bones website, but you got to remember, there's a lot more to come and a lot of development still happening. When you are attacking something from the standpoint of, you know, having to act now, some things you got to build up front, you got to get some things developed, and then down the road, of course, there's more development taking place. That's pretty much what I see taking place here with Bank. Why are we creating a token? We want to capture the excitement around behind the meme season, hence our logo, and branding to bring community to our second phase. We believe that a coin can do both in terms of capturing the momentum of meme coin season and providing long-term sustainable value to its holders by leveraging back into the greater CNFT marketplace. I'm going to stop there before I actually go on into the tokenomics and the roadmap, because again, what I was just saying, I love the fact that this is for the greater NFT space. This is something that is going to be investing so much of what they've got back into, whether it be projects or whether it be, you got to remember their background having formed a whale group, an investment group, almost like a DAO in essence. So there is a DAO coming for this particular project. But I love that we're keeping things in-house while at the same time reaching out and getting attention into the CNFT space. And so that's the short answer as to why creating a token. And again, meme season, right? So you see people investing in a lot of these meme tokens and they really don't have any value whatsoever. It's just a good meme, it's catchy, and people, it's basically like, you know, who's going to get left holding the bag at the end of the day. If you look at even some of the bigger memes like Pepe and stuff like that, a lot of exit liquidity planned for early users, that's kind of what happens. But there are bag holders when it comes to a token that has no value, and that is not what we are creating here. The first instance of what I gathered from Bank, because I kept hearing bank this, bank that, and everybody in the UltimateCNFT Discord, shout out to all you guys, you kept telling me, you got to look at this, Mike, you got to look at this. So I've been looking at. The first thing that caught my eye was their attack on the meme part of it, right? We look at what's happening in the banking system. Banks are closing down all over the place. And it goes back into what I even kind of got into crypto into the first place, knowing that these things were kind of coming at some point, they're bound to show up. Do a little research on fractional reserve banking for those of you who don't know exactly why the banking system is such a ripoff. We can talk about that another day. But I love the header that I saw. It said, "You tired of the banks and their failures? BANKcoinAda." And I said, I'm hooked just by that alone. So a little bit of marketing, a little bit of working into every aspect of what it takes to just really get yourself out there and known is what captured my attention. And I always like to share my personal opinions because I look and I watch and I do what I can. And some things I ignore, and some things I'm like, I can't ignore this. In my opinion, Bankercoinada cannot be ignored. Let's move on. Tokenomics. All right, so the tokenomics, the total supply is 2.5 trillion. The pre-sale distribution is 50%. The DEX liquidity deposit, 40%. Development 4%. Marketing 4%. Community chest 2%. We already went over that community chest a little bit, but if we can blow this part up, we can actually take a look at some of the graphics here and everything, and there's your distribution there. And I will say this, these guys got some great art people on their team. They're doing some cool stuff. Shout out to Lil Thunder. Thank you, man. You made me a super cool Ultimate Warrior PFP that I've been tossing around, and I'm keeping that one, man. That's staying with me. All right, let's take a little bit of a look here at the prize pool and burn mechanism. We will have a designated prize pool and will also share 40% of exchange fees by giving away partner project NFTs and tokens. We will further burn another 40% of the fees through tokens being sent to a dead wallet. Additionally, we will increase the prize pool or burn bank by doing partnerships with other projects for special events. I love the fact that they're going to be partnering with some people in the space that have been here doing some good things. Now, I know there's also some of the information you can get if you want to go listen to some of the Twitter spaces that Little Thunder was on. I highly recommend you go do that. The guy's a really, really good speaker, very good communicator, and he's got nothing to hide here, and he's basically shown us and told us everything that he possibly can up until this point. Now, there is there's an NFT coming, I believe. It's going to be kind of like a founder's pass or something kind of like that. I forget the name of what they were calling it, but basically there's going to be 100 of these, and some of the top holders after a couple of snapshots are going to be holding on to these, and there's going to be a great opportunity for people to be rewarded in some of the mechanisms that they're talking about here, but also kind of attaching a burn into that is a really good idea for long-term sustainability and, of course, supply and demand. Supply and demand always being the biggest determining factor in anything that has value is going to be supply and demand. If you've got more demand than supply, you're doing a good thing. So let's go actually take a look at some of the roadmap here before we go jump into the Discord and show you a little bit around there. So the preparation is coming out here, yes, in a couple of days, May 23rd. This is actually launching tomorrow. Launch Twitter and website. They've already done all those things, and they blew up pretty quickly. Even Little Thunder himself has said many times in these spaces they did not expect this to just absolutely boom the way it has. When something catches on and when the right people kind of stand behind a movement, you can really get some momentum going, and it shows to me it's like a revival in the Cardano NFT space because you're showing some of the classic things that we all, those of us who have been around for a year or longer, we know what it's like to get into a hyped project and see things really crack-a-lacking and everybody trying to get it there and get those OG spots. And what it does is it's really bringing people together. There's a lot of really cool people involved in this particular Discord. Go check it out for yourself. Look at some of the names. We got some heavy hitters up in there and everybody's pretty hyped about it. So, again, I know I'm rambling here a little bit, but it's good to see even founders or people who are bringing something like this to launch go out there and humbly say, we did not expect this to just absolutely blow up the way it has. So yeah, a lot of hype behind this whole thing. The team is doxed. They did come out and they doxed behind the block is hot group, which is great to see. We like to have some sort of transparency in there, which is great. So the token launch, token presale. Offer early investors the opportunity to secure bank tokens at a discounted rate, building initial liquidity and support. You got to have the people who get in early. Now, I know a lot of those people are probably going to make a good chunk of money in the beginning. Some people are going to sell out. Some people are going to hold. That's just the tokenomics and the economy behind something like this. I think it's personally great. The token launch one day after presale officially released bank tokens to the public, allowing broader participation and trading on selected platforms. I'm going to go ahead and tell you guys this right now. I did get an OG spot, which is really awesome. Thank you guys very much for that. Had nothing to do with any of the work I'm doing here on YouTube. This came later. This is just something that they blessed me with because they're a fan of the things I do in the space and all the value, I guess, that I provide in the space. So I thought that was really cool. And so I'm humbled by that. Thank you guys. I decided instead of taking that upon myself to go ahead and make that just something for me personally and invest. I will be, full disclosure, I will be investing the full 1,500 ADA allotment. Why would I miss any of those opportunities? But I'm actually going to do this for the Ultimate War Chest. I'm going to go ahead and split it, guys. I'm going to give myself 50% of that share, whatever the profits may be, and I'm going to put the other 50% into the Ultimate War Chest wallet because you know what? These guys represent community, and of course, UltimateCNFT, I like to represent community first and foremost. I think we have a lot in common. You guys hear me getting pretty excited about that. Number one, I've got this great opportunity for myself and also for the Ultimate War Chest, which is great. If you want to know more about the Ultimate War Chest, you got to come join my Discord. You got to get yourself a VIP pass. There's some good deals on secondary. You might not want to miss these kinds of things. Shameless promotion over. Let's move on here. But yeah, I got to take care of my ultimates, man. So, you know, I love you guys. You support me. Without you, I've got nothing. Let's move on. We got a holder airdrop coming up as well. So this is going to be mid to late July. I don't know if this has anything to do with the snapshot or not, but I know that they've talked about more about this on some of the Twitter spaces again, which I highly recommend you look at if you have a lot of questions. That's going to be mid to late July, the holder drop, rewarding loyal bank holders with a special distribution, demonstrating our commitment to community appreciation. So again, I think that has to do with, you know, holding on to your tokens. It's good to have an ebb and a flow, people selling, people buying. That's great. It drives volume, all those good things. You want to have both. If everybody just held them and nobody sold them, it wouldn't be the same. If everybody sold them and nobody held them, everything would just kind of go to zero. So it's good to see, you know, thinking both directions here. So upcoming down the road in September 23, we've got DAO NFT. Okay, so the DAO Mint, introducing an exciting DAO, anonymous, we all know what that is, NFT minting process, empowering community members to actively participate in shaping the project's future and governance. So there is an NFT mint coming up with that. There might even be more than one. They've hinted on some of these things, again, in the Twitter spaces, which is always a good place to go and gather and find information. A lot of tough questions being asked, especially in today's too, with the Great Ape debate. And you know what? I love the way Little Thunder handles these things, and I love the way he actually talks very openly, and he's welcoming people to ask the tough questions. You like to see those kinds of things. When people shy away from those kinds of things, it either shows that they're not ready to handle what may come at them, especially when you have something like this. Look, I've seen a lot of jealousy. I've seen a lot of people being like, hey, you know, I don't know anything about it, or I didn't get my OG role, so let's go ahead and FUD it. Or I'm in competition because I'm a SNEC holder, or I'm a DGAF holder, so and that might, you know, take away from my bag, so let's FUD it. You got to be able to weed through these kinds of things. And again, if you don't have the right leadership and the right kind of people out there being able to handle whatever's being thrown at them, which is what I saw today in today's space, I became even more of a fan personally because I've been in that hot seat, and it's not easy, but you know what? If you know what you're talking about, if you're confident in your team and what you're building, that's exactly how things are going to flow. So I'll go ahead and move on here. This personally here to me is what I'm excited about the most. You look at what's going on here, and they've kind of taken on the Monopoly theme, you know, the old game Monopoly. We all have played that game. I'm sure there's not very many people on Earth at this point who have not played Monopoly. But the cool thing about taking a meme token and turning it into something with utility, there's a lot that they can work with here when it comes to the Monopoly side of things. And, you know, creating this game, which is on their roadmap here, and developing it. And if you want to know more about what they're talking about, again, listen to those spaces. I will actually be hosting with my co-host, Martin Hansel of ADA Image. Shout out to you, brother. We will be doing a full-on Twitter space, and Little Thunder will be our guest of honor on June 6th. You can find out more information on all the stuff I'll be posting leading up to that, but we'll be talking about some of their post-launch success on the 6th of June, and I'm going to be talking to them, and I'm going to be asking questions about the game because I'm very excited about what this brings. If you build a game properly, and if you can really get that to be something that people want to engage with, the sky's the limit, not just within the NFT world, but not like the Cardano NFT world, but the greater NFT space. We're talking about people from Ethereum, we're talking about people from Polygon, people from Solana, some of these other great platforms as well. There's a lot of users there, and if you get something that excites people, believe me, they're going to want to come and check it out. Now, there's also the aspect of reaching out and identifying with people who maybe aren't into NFTs, maybe aren't into what's going on. Circle of influence, guys. Everyone's got one. I've said it so many times on my channel. Bankercoinada is going to have a huge circle of influence, especially if they can build and develop a game that's going to grab people's attention, and you can be rewarded for that. That's long-term success, that's a long-term possibility. If you ask me, some of the people were saying they're really not interested in the game, and I'm like, well, why wouldn't you be? Everybody has a different approach, right? Everyone's got different goals in mind. Everybody's got different engagement levels in mind. And it's nice to have something that's being provided to where you have opportunities, whether you want to take them or not, entirely up to you. But I will be keeping you up to date on what I'm doing and why I'm holding and how I'm participating in these things. Build a game, build it great, and they will come. That's my belief. So the board game. Quarter 4, 2023 through quarter 1, 2024. I like the fact that they gave themselves a little bit of a leeway here because you know what? It's really hard to predict what it's like to build a game. And Little Thunder himself said today and has said before in numerous Twitter spaces. Sorry, guys. I got these little kitties here that are just distracting me all day long when I'm trying to get my work done here. There's a little warrior kitty. He's going to be playing the Monopoly game here coming up. But it's nice to be able to know that you have time to develop these things. And Little Thunder did say the most challenging part about what it's going to take for this project is going to be the building of the game and making it so that people want to engage with that. Again, full transparency. I love to hear and see those kinds of things. It's really cool. So CNFTopoly, is that how you pronounce it? I hope I'm pronouncing that right. So launch the innovative CNFTopoly game, merging the concepts of crypto and NFTs with popular Monopoly gameplay mechanics, engage the community, promote interaction, and create a unique gamified experience for bank holders and the crypto community. That's a long-term goal, if you ask me. I would love to see. He talked about having these like jackpots that you can hit and stuff. They've been talking about integrating and making partnerships with some of the top and also some of the most integrative project founders and projects in the space, bringing communities together, which is something that's very like-minded for myself here at UltimateCNFT. I'm standing behind this. My full, again, disclosure, I am an OG. I will be minting my full allotment. I will be keeping people updated on my Discord and my Twitter accounts as to how things are going. We're going to have a good time with this. I think Bankercoinada, once again, is opening the doors for a lot of people to have eyes on what we're building here in Cardano because, yeah, we are the cream. We will rise to the top, and it takes a lot of hype, and it takes a lot of reasons for people outside that big greater world to come in and look through the window and see what's going on in the Cardano space because we got a lot going on. Let's go check out that Discord. All right, last little bit of information to share with you guys here. The pre-sale details. Mark your calendars. This is taking place tomorrow, guys, as of the making of this video. Tomorrow, May 26th, the time is 1900 UTC. The pre-sale cap will be 750,000. That's the ADA that's being raised there. The OG allocation is 450,000. The verified allocation is 300,000. The wallet limit is 1,500 ADA per wallet. I think that applies to both of these opportunities across the board. The OG distribution details. Each OG holder will receive a 83 million token bonus, will be sourced from the 1% of our marketing budget, ensuring our valued OGs are rewarded for their early support. That's pretty cool. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to dedicate right now, as of making this video, those 83 million tokens that I'm getting for free dropped as an OG holder. I'm going to make sure that those somehow, some way, go to some of the people who've been supporting me on UltimateCNFT. It pays to be paying attention to what I'm doing over here. I got some bonuses coming at your way, guys. I love to share opportunities. We heard the community. We heard the community's voice and made adjustments to enhance the OG collection. That's really cool that they are taking care of it, but we have also decreased the wallet limit from 2,500 to 1,500 ADA. Some people were not happy about this. I actually think it's great. I think it's great because it gets more distribution in the hands of more people, and that is what the true decentralized nature of everything we're engaging here, especially as Cardano fans, really promotes that, and I really like that. So props to all you guys for that. Also, I want to just go ahead and show this now. I like that they're also talking openly about this. Trust the official links only. You got to be very careful. There's a lot of new people coming into our space. They don't know how many scams can happen in this space. There has been a lot of fake Twitter accounts. There's been so much fake stuff being built to try and scam or FUD the project. That actually, to me, is a very bullish sign because people don't really imitate or try to make opportunities out of nothing for something that doesn't have a value even to the people who are trying to scam. So you got to be careful there, guys. There's a lot of people trying to do a lot of bad things, and just watch out for one another. And I appreciate the fact that the communities have been brought together to really expose these kinds of things, and the founders are paying attention. And of course, at UltimateCNFT, we're always looking for people who are bad actors to get them out of our space. One thing I do like before I end this video here, you guys, like I said earlier, this has been almost like a throwback for me in a way, a throwback to a project that has a chat that's just constantly cracking. I mean, let's just go down to the very bottom of this here. The engagement has been massive, and this is even after all of the OG spots have been given out. I've been talking a lot about those OG spots because, you know, it's easy to be like, yeah, this is, you know, cracking off right now because there's something to be had. People are chasing after whatever it is that's being offered. But you know what? Those windows have closed, and you know what? This chat's cracking. The CNFT community has really rallied around what's going on here. There's a lot of people who are excited about what's coming up here. And like I said, come join this Discord and see for yourself that there is just like so many heavy hitters who have gotten that role, and so many people, great people as well, who are just here, and they're going to be, you know, pumping the server, and they're going to be just the verified members themselves. Everyone trying to get a piece of this pie, and that's the opportunities that we have in this space. And that's what's fun about this space. And so the revival that I'm seeing because of what's being brought here, even if you take it for just that, for what it is, this is bringing a lot of eyes and a lot of excitement to our space. So shout out to the team for creating these kinds of things. Shout out to the people who have paved the way to open up the door for meme season to be worth it, to have these opportunities right here. So listen, Mr. Ultimate's got to go. I appreciate every single one of you. I want to get this uploaded ASAP so you can see this information before, you know, you decide to mint. Once again, these are my opinions. This are the information that we have to share. Do your own research. None of this is financial advice. I love every single one of you. Shout out to all of my UltimateCNFT supporters. If you want to know about what I'm building over at UltimateCNFT, you got to come join and see what we're doing. The links are in the description box below, and there's a lot of opportunities, especially with what's being provided for me with Bankercoinada, to give out to some of my loyal supporters as well. So peace out and God bless.